Stephanie and Tiffany. Welcome to my channel where I share all things pregnancy and postpartum related. I am a certified birth and postpartum doula, so that means that I support women and their families on their journey from conception to postpartum. If you haven't had a chance yet, please check out my website at www.nurturebytiff.com, where you can check out my doula services that I offer. You can check out my childbirth education courses, and you can check out my merch. So today's story is a very sad story. It comes out of Philadelphia. There was a young woman that was gunned down. They claim or say that it was a targeted attack. But not only was she shot and taken out, her son, 11-year-old son, was in the back seat, and unfortunately he witnessed everything. He wasn't physically hurt, but I'm sure emotionally, and mentally, it really devastated him. So I'm going to share the news clip with you and then come back and we'll talk about it.
A Philadelphia school teacher and mother cut short after she was shot and killed Tuesday in a Cheltenham Dunkin' drive-thru with her son in the car.
35-year-old Rachel King was a beloved mother to an 11-year-old son, Jalen, and she was also a very popular teacher, cherished by her students at Grover Cleveland Elementary School. And she was even featured here on Fox 29 on The Classroom, where she gave out a shout-out to her son.
Huge shout-out right now, and you know who that's to? My man Jalen. What up, second grader, the coolest one in the books.
Yes!
Hey, study, dude. She's awesome. Make sure you study. Do your homework.
And the search is still on for the shooter, and we are joined now by her brother, Alan King. Thank you.
Good morning.
For joining
Condolences.
us. Yeah, I can't imagine what this has been like for you.
Yeah, it's not been easy. Just taking care of my nephew right now, though. It's just been a lot in the last 2 days.
Yeah.
How was Jalen doing?
As me expected, I don't think it's really hit him yet. He just keeps saying his stomach hurts, and I can't tell him it's not food, and it's not, he's sick. It just doesn't stop. But he's eating, so that's a good thing. It's like a measurement of, I guess, processing.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's carrying a picture around of my sister. He won't let it go. He's everywhere he goes, it's in his hand. I'm just afraid it's going to get wrinkled or rip or something, and he won't have it.
And do you think he even understands what happened? Or, I mean, he was there. It's just, do you think he even knows, and it's, like you said, it's processing?
Yeah, I don't. My sister, unfortunately, was in 2 accidents. She totaled her car, and he was in the car for one and saw the other one, and cars are just not going to be his favorite thing for a while, I think, which is really unfortunate.
Before we get further in the details, your sister, she was your best friend.
Yeah, I mean, we were 2.5 years apart by the day. Like, September 25th, March 25th, we went to school together, took the school bus together, walked to school together, got in trouble if we left each other from school. Like, she pulled me out of fights. I was her little big brother. Like, that was my girl.
Mm-hmm. And, like, what are some good memories that you have, from you two and being so close?
She dressed me from kindergarten to 7th or 8th grade. Every day, set an outfit out. Like, I was her own personal baby doll. But without her, I would have no style at all. Some people might still say I don't, but I think I did pretty good because of her.
Yeah. And then into adulthood, because I'm sure, you were also very involved in Jalen's life, too.
Yeah, and he likes to get dressed, too, which is nice. I mean, they're best friends. He would get dressed and show his mom, so she'd be proud of the outfit he picked out. I mean, he had purple sneakers on and a purple hoodie on yesterday, and I would not wear purple at 11 years old, so he knew what he was doing.
He's got style.
So it's no surprise she was so loved at her elementary school.
The kids, a year ago, they did like a little program for her, and the kids called her room home. Like, it was a safe place for them. She would stay after school all the time, be late coming home all the time, just stay with kids. Kids who weren't in her class anymore. They graduated. They were there in her class 3-4 years ago. Would just come back just to be in Mrs. King's room.
What do you think it was about her that students were so drawn to?
Oh, she was as real as it gets. My sister had a bachelor's degree, a master's education, was getting her principal's certificate, but was still very much so, like, we're from West Philly. And she was from West Philly, so she was loud, she was bright, she was real. There wasn't a wall between the teacher and the student. There was a relationship. Like, she made it, hey, you're learning, so you can be better off. And it wasn't just you're learning to get a grade.
I know it's difficult. Take us back to Tuesday, to that moment.
I was driving down Kelly Drive, and my phone's going off. I'm ignoring calls because that's what I do. And I get a text that says, you need to get in contact now. Your sister's been shot. And my nephew calls, and I just make a U-turn on Kelly Drive and speed from there to Cheltenham. And I get to the scene, and I ask where my sister is, and they say they don't know. And I know then this is not good because she got shot. You're a cop. You should know where my sister's at. And my nephew was going to the police station, so I just went there, and I just wanted to give him a hug. And I was first from there, and I found out that she passed, and I couldn't tell him because I didn't have anybody else to kind of help with that. And we didn't tell him until Tuesday night, and he just broke. And yeah, he super tough kid, but it was him and his mom, like that. It was them. It's been them.
Right. And looking at these pictures and seeing how close in their adventures and all that they would do. And when did you hear that it was targeted, that police believe it was targeted?
Well, once it came out that she was a drive-through 4 cars, and the driver followed her into the parking lot and walked up just to her car. But at the same time, I kind of knew that when I came to the scene and there was 1 car that got shot.
Right.
So as in somebody sprayed a bunch of bullets, or she got caught in crossfire, it was one car with bullets in it, and the person was gone.
Doesn't it seem like it's so hard to imagine that because she was so...
So that was the story, and it's obvious that this woman made a huge impact on everyone that she came into contact with. She was a teacher, she was a mother, she was a sister, a daughter, you know, and she has so many people who care about her. It seems like, you know, everyone had some spectacular things to say about her. And I'm sure that there, you know, more things are going to come out. You know, there's so many questions, like, you know, why was she targeted? You know, what was the motive behind that? And why, you know, this person who decided to take her life, like, why? For what's the reason behind it? You know, it's tragic and it's senseless. Like a lot of, you know, all of these killings out here and shootings and crime and violence, like, it doesn't make any sense. Now, unfortunately, this young fellow will have to grow up, you know, without his mother, and that's so tragic. You know, her students that she had, they no longer have, you know, their teacher with them. From, you know, what everyone was saying, I mean, she was a wonderful teacher, a wonderful mother, and just an overall great human being. And now, because of some foolishness, some completely unnecessary and stupid, I'm sure, you know, she's no longer with us, and that's tragic. I'm so grateful that, you know, her son is around family, you know, and he's getting the support that he needs, because I know that this is going to be incredibly hard for him. You know, it's going to be incredibly hard for the entire family, you know, in the community as a whole, it seems like, to deal with this tragedy. I'm hoping that they're able to find the answers that they need, and they're able to find the person who did this, you know, quickly, so that they can have some type of justice and some type of, you know, closure, and healing, you know, because I can, man, that's so sad. Just reading, you know, reading about it and then watching the news clip like that, that hurt. Innocent people, kind people in the world that make a difference, that mean, you know, something to people, you know, are being taken away from us for no reason, you know, whatsoever. I hope that, you know, like I said, that they do find the person that's responsible, so he or she or they can be, you know, they can get what they deserve. I just wanted to get on here and share that with you really quickly. I thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.